Greetings, welcome back. Got a plane passing by and some birds chirping. I have the window open, so excuse any of the background noise. I will try to speak a little louder so that you can hear me. I hope you guys are doing well. So we are following up from our bridge reading to really dive into the new moon energies and really clear up some of those emotional spaces that we saw in the last reading from our Six of Cups. So we had heart awakening, being open to love showing up. So let us see what is here for us moving forward, following this wave, riding this wave, okay? So I've shuffled the cards already. I do have a message that leads us from our last reading into this one because it was a bridge reading. So we're going to connect with that energy and see what is available to us here. And from our activations deck, the first activation we have here is the number 27. This equals a 9 when you add it together. And that is all about completions, right? So in our last reading, you can catch up to where we are. We were looking forward to this new start, okay? Something ending and coming full circle to start again, a new beginning available to us here, like this green circle, all right? So just from looking at this card, we have the beautiful healing energy of the earth itself, Archangel Raphael, right at the center, really supporting our growth process and allowing us to go full circle as many times as we need to build that strength and understanding of who we are, to continue branching outward and sharing unconditional love and, you know, security in the things that we are, certainty in the things that we are expressing, okay? So let's see from the book what this one is all about, the number 27. And usually when I use these, they are a surprise because I channel the message and then when I open the book, it's a sweet surprise. So 27, oh my gosh, heart chakra. I can't make this up. So we are being welcomed into this new moon energy by compassion, love, fullness, also emptiness, generosity, eternity, and adoration. The heart is the crossroads between our human body and the Creator. The first organ to manifest in a human embryo is the heart, from which the tongue grows. Every word we speak or kiss we give is an expression of our divine power in the physical world, and it is wise to treat it as such. This is so awesome. You gotta catch up to where we are. Look at the last video that I posted. This is dope. Expanding your view of the current experience or situation to a more heartful place can have a profound impact on the timing and expediency needed to transform what's inside or outside of you. Crying tears of truth releases what no longer suits you, creating a space for what is now needed. You are eternally adored, every part, always. Wow. So much is packed in here. In this little seed, all right, of the heart, this little seed of the tiny embryo that begins with the heart, right? And then expression. Even in that small sense, there's expression in a large, magnificent, and radiant way that continues to bloom outward. Okay, we see this beautiful flower showing up, and then more growth, right? More cocooning and growth, and then more expression, and then more cocooning and growth, and then more expression. So yes, I'm so grateful to be just present, receiving a beautiful message yet again, and being able to deliver that message. So some things that came up for me right before I watched this, right before I started recording, I watched a video, a couple of videos actually, about what has been going on, you know, in the world, right? Just tapping into what may be impacting the collective, as well as what changes have been happening, what changes need to happen, because I really stay quite removed from those things. And so as we expand our view of our current experiences or situations, whether that's on a personal level or a societal level, when we expand to a more heartful place, it will have a profound impact on the timing and expediency needed to transform what's inside or outside of us. So this leads us directly to what we are working through. So we have powerful changes showing up as we expand our view to a more heart-centered place, allowing ourselves to get on a new ship, right? Create a new vision forward from that heart-centered place. So let's see, we have the Queen of the Moon Oracle, the Oracle of Shadows and Light, the Dark Mirror, as well as the Deviant Moon Tarot, all represented here with our Rainbow Warrior activation. So let's see what the Queen of the Moon says. Acceptance. Wow. So there's some acceptance of our differences here, acceptance of our power, our electrical power, our radiance, and the spark that we hold, the capacity that we have to change things from within, and also outside of ourselves. We see some beautiful doves here that represent peace, and, you know, blooming flowers, all right, really moving towards a heart-centered, nurturing archetype that promotes life. Because we know that this spark could be destructive or constructive, right? And so when we accept that we are all things, we have the capacity for all things, then we can really tap into what we've created so far, internally and externally, how that makes us feel, and really balance those scales, right? To, you know, add or take away the things that are necessary in order for us to cry these tears of truth and release what's no longer serving us, come to a place of acceptance about it, and then move on internally and externally. Nothing happens in our physical reality if it doesn't happen within first. This is our creationary space, our sacral chakra. Once we come to terms and accept certain things, then we can actually really build that trinity with the Most High Universe and all the elements around us to sail forth into our collective future. Okay. So from the Oracle of Shadow and Light, we have, ooh, sweet memories. This is really connected to the Six of Water here, because not only is she sitting now amongst dried flowers, right? This water has now dried up, okay? Created a level of balance. We have the number 11 here, but this person has also turned into a divine elemental being because of the sweet memories that were gained through the tears of truth. Okay, so again, if you check out the last video, you'll understand where this is all intertwined and connected. And really, part of what these sweet memories entail are the glory of the planet itself, the glory of our internal peace, and how that is interconnected. Okay. Um, thank you, Spirit. So from the dark mirror, we have atonement. Oh my gosh. Wow. So when we put these together, this is a 31. This would equal a 4 as well. So coming to a place of acceptance and atonement, all right, it's going to be really helpful with that heart chakra awakening, right? So atonement is basically allowing ourselves to take responsibility for the things that we have contributed to and the things that we have been complacent in by sitting idly by and not doing anything, right? At the end of the day, we are contributing factors in society and in our own lives, whether we actively do something or passively sit by and watch things happen without interacting with it and impacting it with our own radiant, life-giving spark. Okay, so there's some atonement that is being cleared up or being called to be cleared up from this space here. Really going back and doing that self-reflection, okay, so that you can atone and therefore allow the new beginning to arrive for you individually, and then we can speed things up on a societal level because we've done the work internally. Ooh, the energy is so heavy because that sacral chakra is really like, it's kind of blocked up right now because we're wanting to hold on to, you know, the things that make us feel comfortable, the sweet memories that we have of, you know, things we're not willing to let go of. And instead of breathing through that, many of us are just like getting anxious and tense and kind of having that deer in headlights moment, which again is something that needs to be atoned for. All right, because that deer in headlights moment where we allow things to happen through our passivity, through our complacency, through our silence to injustice, we're having to really look at those things and accept the truth of what was in our heart, accept the truth of, you know, things that we were taught and ways of being that we kind of just, you know, went along with instead of forging forth on our own path, right? Removing any drama and moving beyond that so we can create room for good things in our lives, okay? So it's just about us taking responsibility at this point and, you know, clearing that up so that we're no longer expressing ourselves from a place of blame, shame, or guilt, but that we balance our perspective in a way that allows us to take ownership from an empowered place. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so we have some of the Deviant Moon Tarot here laid out for us. So we're going to just see what other messages need to come through with this overarching theme that we're connecting from our last read. Okay, so first we have, wow, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups, Justice, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. So, first of all, the connections that I can make so far is that this Three of Fire is literally the same as this Three of Wands here from the deviant moon perspective, okay? So I will do the appropriate comparison, reflective comparison of those cards as they synchronized here. But we'll go through each of the cards and then what really the universe is trying to express, okay? So first of all, with this Ace of Pentacles here, this is the first gift of the divine to us, right? That even from our warped perspective of reality, right? We got this black dragon here with the slithering purple tongue and whatever, right? Seeing these, oh, damn, okay. Seeing these white men in suits with big pockets as angels. Here, the universe is dressed as what we would consider a demonic entity with this dragon here coming with a pentacle as well. So now you're being called to reflect on what your truth is, right? So you got these sweet memories of, you know, being well fed in the big house, okay? And it looked all good and dandy until we realize that we have to accept the fact that we're still enslaved and take some ownership and atonement for the ways that we chose not to escape to freedom, okay? Whew. So I told y'all some of my perspectives be a little bit too much. That's why I keep them to myself. But you want this work, you gonna get it. So now that the universe has played the game, right? Because the truth has been called a lie, the lie has been called the truth this whole time. Now the universe is coming in dressed as a black dragon with the big coin, giving you the signal that it's time for you to charge forth like this Knight of Swords, impulsive as it may seem, all right, on your steed, prepared and ready, you know, to take action. You see how it's facing the Ace of Pentacles here. So what this is telling me is that although the universe is coming with the true pentacle of divine liberation here for us, because so many of us have been conditioned and trained by Massa's boot camp and through Massa's army, that we now are resisting the support and retribution that is being provided to us from the Most High Universe itself. Okay, so damn, Spirit. Okay, now I see why they had me watch what I watched specifically and why I personally have been so enraged, impulsively upset and enraged about the things that I have been observing happening on the larger scale. Okay, so I'll go into that in just a second, but we come here now with this Three of Wands, which reflects this Three of Wands. Okay, now in this depiction we have one person standing idly by, emotionally connected, see, through that sacral chakra, emotionally connected to these wands and just patiently waiting, kind of hiding itself in the nighttime to see what's going to happen, right? The other side of this is actually a sense of detachment, actually, because this is not stuck into the ground. This is floating through the air, all right? So being forced to shift our perspective and where we're actually trying to see results from is going to be important. Damn, spirit. Whew. So expecting to see results here in the earthly plane, sitting and waiting for Mother Moon to pour down blessings on you, there is a sense of active participation that's necessary in order to liberate yourself and detach yourself from the things that you have been grounded in before, because it's an illusion. See, the moon is shining on it, trying to reveal the illusion to you. But because we've been seeing things from a masked perspective, it's been challenging for us to see that this is our opportunity to free ourselves. Okay, so that means that you would have to go back and look at my Thanksgiving special, the message from the ancestors, really asking what it would take to live in truth and integrity. And that means that you would have to release and let go of these sweet memories, detach yourself from this false illusion of freedom and growth and success, and actually elevate your mindset, your belief system, and your spiritual practice to a point of seeing the truth and dwelling in the truth. Okay, the truth is that the universe has provided us an opportunity to liberate ourselves, but we are so used to the miseducation, misinformation, that our resistance is directed in the wrong place. Now our resistance is misdirected. All right, so another I'm getting tongue tied because my brain is moving a little faster than my mouth right now. The universe has a lot that they want me to share. Because again, when I get on my soapbox, anybody who knows me knows. And so anyway, Page of Cups, right? The messenger is here. This is exactly the same card as our messenger of water, messenger of cups from yesterday's read. So please go back and watch it, because the message, as we see, is also in the opposite direction to that card's reflection. Okay. And so with this Page of Cups here, yesterday's messenger of water had a message to share, moving towards righteousness. This messenger, this page here, is tickling the tonsils of a fish from its cup, dressed as a fish, pretending to be a fish. If it looked like a fish, smelled like a fish, and flopped like a fish, then it must be a fish, right? But it's so hard for us to see that we have to tickle its gills in order to get it to do something, right? This quid pro quo that we've always been used to in society is something that we're being challenged with right now, because the universe is offering us the big pentacle with no quid pro quo. The only thing that you would have to do is stand up for yourself, right? That's it. You're not standing up for nobody else. You're not standing up for, any structures, but just standing up for yourself, right? But because we've been so, again, conditioned to wait for someone else to tell us what to do, right? Waiting for word from the big house on when we can move, when we could take our masks off, when we should send our kids to school, right? When the universe had been giving us inclinations of how to proceed and move forward all this time, we really were not necessarily paying attention to those things. Okay, so this eclipse, the powerful change and the new start that is coming, is really being encouraged by the universe, and also being resisted in a couple of different ways. So, we'll dive into it some more, but I believe that once we get this message clear, we can actually step into a space of this Three of Cups and justice and Seven of Cups energy. Okay, so the Three of Cups is all about, again, see, this is exactly what the universe was trying to have me express to you, right? Instead of us tickling the fish in the cup to get information about what we should do, we then become one with the fish, right? The messenger of water was speaking directly to the seahorse and other sea creatures. All right. So here we are taking heed to reality, right? And coming together in a state of celebration with our community. Now, if you see, this community looks very similar to this acceptance card. All right. It looks similar to this. There's a bunch of different groups of people that are represented here, and everyone has their own cup, right? Everybody can accept the perspectives, experiences, and understanding of each other, understanding the gift that they all bring to the table, and finding a way to celebrate and commune with each other, support each other, rather than being destructive, okay? So we have justice showing up here. Definitely these swords are coming through from the atonement card, all right? So we have justice here, really balancing the scales and allowing ourselves to no longer be, you know, pierced by our own truths that we were not paying attention to, but we can take hold of those swords of truth, one of righteousness and one to protect yourself and others, right? Again, here we have this fish analogy, we have the dragon itself. So all of the different elements that we atone for then become the keys that we can utilize to maintain balance and justice in our own lived experience, where we don't need anyone in a wig and a dress to tell us who to be, how to be, and how to take care of each other, all right, on this planet that we share. So we can create our own sense of justice without having to wait for word from the big house, whether that be the courthouse, the White House, the jailhouse. We don't need none of that. We don't need anyone to enact law and order for us, as long as we know how to detach from the system that's been feeding us and allow ourselves to fly free into a sense of liberation with like-minded, elevated, high vibrational people. Okay? And so the last card from the Deviant Moon Tarot we have is the Seven of Cups. Now, this Seven of Cups allows us to see the masterpiece that is being created through our own hands, by our own work, okay? We have an image of something that we are recreating, and throughout that process, there may be, you know, erasures, things that we need to correct, okay? Not that we are erasing any truth from the record, but we are allowing ourselves to erase that from our future, right? Clearing that karma, releasing that karma, and drawing a new picture, painting a new picture, creating a new reality, a new sense of community, okay? Definitely a sense of community, because we have someone behind the canvas holding it up while this artist is, you know, expressing its art. And so we can do this for and with each other in our own homes, okay? This artist is in his own art studio. He's not on a grand stage. The painting's not even finished yet, but the work is being done, okay? And so that's how we bring justice and celebration to our own experience, by doing the work ourselves, not waiting for anybody to tell us what to do, waiting for the illusions to be revealed. How many more scandals and illusions do we need to be revealed for us to know that it's time to go in the other direction, bro? Like, this is why I gotta calm down, because then I look like the universe, right? I look like the roaring three-headed monster, fire-breathing dragon that's trying to give you this pentacle of truth and freedom. And then I have all this resistance from these lame-ass people in some anyway, see, because then I'm gonna get started, because the truth has been called a lie for so long. The truth seekers are the ones that, you know, have to be the real warriors, while these fake army brigade is riding on horses that they don't know how to control or communicate with, right? So anyway, I digress. And so this is why we need to tap into our own level of self-expression and allow the universal abundance that's provided to us to support us with creating a new vision of reality. All right. So if you feel anything like I feel, go ahead and join the tribe, because we got lots of stuff to do, lots of work to do within our own community, and, you know, not having to do that under the cloak of fraudulent behavior, but doing that righteously and in the light, because the things that were considered legal were wrong, absolutely, and the things that are considered quote unquote illegal sometimes apply to universal principle and natural law that they don't want us to tap into. So let's see what we're going to start from the inside out, they said. So we're going to go with the dark mirror here. All right, the temple of my body. So this is beautiful, because the temple of my body allows us to really engage with the ways that we may have violated our own temple by allowing ourselves to be in chains. It could also highlight the ways that, you know, big business, capitalism, colonialism, and the like have imposed its will onto our bodies, whether that be through the foods that we eat, the Western ideal of medicine that they forced on us, you know, the whole creating dis-ease in the body in order to fund and fuel their corporations of false cures. It could be highlighting the ways that you need to listen to your body more, really tap into how you're feeling, and instead of crouching yourself inward like these two, really allowing yourself to own up to who you are, own up to the truth, and allow the expression of that truth to emanate from your being. Okay. From the shadows and light, aloha healing. So this is such a sweet divine gift. Again, that no matter how much we have resisted the truth, no matter how much we have, you know, shunned ourselves or hidden away from our responsibility, that healing is available to us. We have the beautiful waterfall here. So again, no more of that stagnant emotional energy, but flowing, refreshed waters of the waterfall. We have beautiful rainbows here, which is an indication of universal energy and support along the way. And we have lots of greenery here. So the earth element really coming back to support us, right? I've been talking about a lot of healing herbs and things like that. So again, if you need support on your journey, I am available. Please reach out as you seek to heal and nurture your own life. Aloha healing. So we are on our way, okay? No longer this guy, temple of our body, being siphoned off and policed and controlled and used for the agenda of other people, but actual healing and being able to sail off into the sunset, right? Because Amara the Menehune is from Hawaii, okay? So really getting back to our roots, right? Really tapping back into the truth of who we are. So finally, we have two messages from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and we have blossoming, ashe, and that's a master number 33, and change number 35. Yes. I love you so much. So not only do we have this beautiful earthly energy of blossoming, right, instead of the temple of our body being crouched over, we are healing to a place of blossoming abundance. All right, playing our tune. This is a beautiful violin here that has the spark of our fingertips from this acceptance card. So really accepting the blossoming beauty, radiant, majestical life force energy that we are, right? As she is standing in amongst and atop her earthly abundance, which is this Ace of Pentacles that the universe is providing to us and reminding us is our actual truest nature. Okay. And then we have change. So with healing comes change, right? We are not able to experience any healing without changing the things that were harmful in the first place. Okay. This person is pretty much kicking off of the old warped reality that used to consume her, and allowing that sense of security, that spark of creation, and all of the chaotic life-giving energy that is change to support the new blossoming. All right, so expecting powerful change we had here, and we have change, and then blossoming with a new start is coming. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I love you so much. Hit me up. I love y'all. Peace.